Hello.
Hello? Hello? Is it working
Oh,
now?
hey!
Alright.
I can't believe it. I can't believe this old piece of junk works. Holy shit!
Alright. So now this is working. Welcome to episode 1 of the Coon's Dumpster Dives. We have me and Ink here. Ink, say hello.
Hey, howdy! I'm your local, neighborly, friendly park ranger here.
Alright.
Hon- Honestly, they're not
So we
paying
got a
me
lot of
enough.
topics we can cover today because everything is fresh for us. I say our first take should be what we were talking about earlier with nightly or like I guess nightly night show hosts, I guess. What are your thoughts on them?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit older than you, not by much, but I remember night shows being entertaining and just you learn a new thing. I mean, they were topical, they were funny, the skits were very nice, and even though they bring out those like Jack Hanna or some wildlife things, and the talk show host would get freaked out and stuff. But now everything has become vulgar. Like, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong here. Like, I know we'd probably get demonetized even if we cussed on YouTube, but hey, that's YouTube. But they can they can say any swear word in the book and talk like a real horses, if you know what I mean.
You can
No,
swear, Ink, it doesn't matter.
no offense to any of my horse brethren out there. Nay, nay. But honestly, it's terrible. I I went from watching it and being like, oh, he's a pretty funny guy to, oh, he's a belligerent asshole. I'm like, what the fuck? Who paid you to
Right?
put you on the fucking TV?
Like I feel like all of that like talk show hosts now are it's just a bunch of bad political views. Like to me it's like they're almost always slamming Trump for something and it's kind of stupid. Like they always find something to complain about. I'm like in my opinion.
It's all good until people start complaining about them. In which
Yeah.
case they get booted off. But if you're siding with the company that's leasing you out to be broadcasted across the globe, then I guess you gotta, make room in that asshole of yours to become a puppet, more like a muppet.
Yeah. And then so what do you think about Akagi's new quote unquote girlfriend?
Let me grab my quick cup of Joe here. Just okay. Yeah, she's not a tall drink of water at all. I say stick. Okay. Have you ever seen that? What? Okay, it's not AFV. Shut up. I know how old I am. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not much. I'm not much of a newbie to satellite TV. Uh, rid- ridiculous,
Rid- Ridiculousness. You were
ridiculousness,
just talking about it earlier.
ridiculousness. Yeah. Uh, she's got that corny laugh that sticks in your mind like that one chick from the show. Like,
Chanel
honestly, if
West
you,
Coast.
I I guess that's her name. I hope that's her name. Like,
Yeah.
I've learned to kind of tune out that laugh, but at the same time, it haunts me in my sleep. It sounds like something that should be on a creepy kitty carnival ride or some horror film. Like, it mind fucks you. Like, you just sitting there, reading a book or making yourself a nice cup of tea or playing some game, and you just hear it come in your head, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the? You're like,
Dude,
what?
like in my opinion, like I got nothing against her. I'm sure Akagi's like told her a bunch of stories about how we're like weebs and something, so she's probably like, okay, I can act like a lolly or whatever, and they'll be fine with it. But like to be honest,
Instant
it's a
cash
little bit
grab.
annoying. Like I don't Akagi's he just I don't know. I think he's pulling like a Gray in the early days. Like
Yeah,
where
but you see, Gray was a man who knew how to pull up and out and not crash
yeah.
right in. He wasn't dumber than a rubber, but that ducky got wet or wanted to get wet. Like, okay, I even asked the chick, like point blank. I was like, "Yo, like, are you an Akagi like a thing?" She's like, "No, we're just friends," and I'm like. So you're just along for the boat ride. You're manipulating this man. This is like some Doctor Evil shit right here, or Doctor Goldfoot and his bikini machines, or whatever he called them. Hello to all you old geezers out there. Yes, I watched that old ass show. But yeah, like for real, like, uh, okay. If a guy would be like a basic weapon, whereas a chick's like a Swiss Army knife. Okay, if she could use her womanly wiles and anything to get ahead or stand on somebody, you bet your fucking ass she would.
Yeah, it's like I don't Akagi, she may be like, yeah, we're just friends, but like Akagi is almost like devoting majority of his time to like being with her because it's like in the last couple of weeks that before we even knew about her, it almost seemed like he'd just kind of gone off and done his own thing. Like we hadn't heard from him in a while. And it's like all of a sudden he pops up. He's like, yeah, I'm just editing my friend's videos, like ASMR video. I don't even know if that like has to do with this chick. But it's like he almost doesn't have time to like do anything with us anymore because he's putting all of his time into this one woman.
And I can understand like you've had your little like floozies coming in and out. Like, okay, I've known my girl for way before I brought her into the scene with you guys. I think it's going on 3, 4, maybe 5 years now. I've known her for about 5 years and have been dating her about 3. And still to this day, I can't get her into no videos with us to talk. I mean, she does her own thing. I do my own thing. It is what it is. But there's a difference between like dedication and pure enslavement. Like,
Right.
whatever hypnotic thing she's got over him, it must be working. Like he just wiped his ass with some eucalyptus, and now he's seeing acid and shit. Like he's seeing the dragons in the kitchen. He must be on cloud fucking 9, fluffy rainbows and unicorns.
It's like she's the fucking the Hypnotoad from fucking Futurama.
His, I mean, I'm pretty sure he be thinking all the time, swiggity swag, I'm coming for that ass. But like, she must be sitting there with a giant ass mouth. I honestly figure it like some Tom and Jerry shit. Like she's
Mhm.
sitting there, bait. Like she uses herself as bait, and it's a giant ass fucking mousetrap. Okay. And like normally he'd be like, no, that bad juju, like beforehand. But he'd be like, nah, get the fuck out of here. But like he's going right for it. Like you see the bar, you see the trap, like there ought to be some warning bells going off. And that, like, honestly, I've wondered if this man has actually taken a night to sleep fully.
Yeah,
Like,
like he's doing the exact same thing that we all agreed upon about like what Demonic did. He constantly spent his time with that girl, which we all agreed was no good, and she ended up being no good because
um,
I don't know the exact story. I think it was that Demonic like cheated with her or something, but I mean you can't really trust those stories to be honest. But
I
like
mean,
I knew her before that. She wasn't any good. And I tried telling everyone that and no one understood that until it was finally too late.
and that's like okay. I know you're kind of jealous of it. I'm annoyed for one reason and one reason only. Like you know me, I can pull the dad vibes in the group, and yeah, I can be a mom at the same time. Like when like every year, I expect every year. Like okay, I'm gonna pull a granny. Okay, I expect y'all to come down every year and sit at my table for a nice meal as a family. I raised you right. Like I'm kind of getting sad here because like I set up these elaborate holidays themed times that I want to come out and get the buddies together, make them a happy Christmas, or just do stupid shit to celebrate the new year. Because trust me, 2020 has had it like calling it a roller coaster ride would be a compliment. This is like a rocket ship going straight into the air and blowing up and incinerating back down to the earth, only to be thrusted back up again. And it doesn't kill you instantly. No. It's just subtly simmering your ass into making you look like a feral ghoul when you come out half naked, charted around, and you can't even figure out whether your legs are on backwards or your eyeballs have been stuck to your asshole. Jesus Christ, imagine seeing out of your anus. Ugh. That'd be one smelly situation.
Who said your nose is down there though?
Man, your nose would probably be fucking on your dick for all you know.
Your
You'd be
fucking
smelling that
nose
nasty
is your
rump.
taint, dude.
Ugh.
Anyways, off
Fucking
that
no.
topic, I think we've talked about that enough. Now that we're finally into 2021, goodbye, good riddance, 2020. That year was absolute hellhole.
Stimulus checks.
Yeah, I heard that they're planning on, or they're trying to make it 2000.
Well, not technically. There's like one house. There's one house representative, I think, that's holding up this train wreck of it. And honestly, I can agree with with a good portion of it of him not wanting to send money to other countries. Like
Yeah.
it took Trump sending stimulus checks, and even that 600 that we got, he said, fuck that. That's not enough. Like, okay, no offense to people around the world. Like, I know you have your hardships, but you got to think. We see all these like soppy, sad commercials that is playing that god awful fucking song in the arms of an angel. Like you can fucking see it and already know what's about to be playing. And that one chick comes out for $5 a day. You can donate your money, knowing good and damn well it ain't going nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
trust me. Like I believe in worldwide aid. But sometimes you just gotta zip up that damn first aid box and turn around and look at your own team that's dying here and help them instead of helping some other people that don't even offer to help at all. I don't see China or Ukraine or nowhere else sending us relief. And I
And
know,
we're
yeah,
always
I
like,
know, I know that we're financially well. It presumes to be financially better on our side, but if you look at some of these urban areas that are like, torn up with gang violence or unfunded, like say for example, Chicago or like my boony state, Mississippi. Okay, do you know like it? Don't get me wrong, it is cheap to live in Mississippi. It is dirt cheap. It's about as cheap as West Virginia. But at the
mhm.
same time, they're uneducated. People here don't have a really good shot at education, and if they do, you better be like a lawyer's mom or something like that, or enslaved into the military. I mean, not to diss on the military. I mean, I'm in the military and I haven't even used my college funds, but the majority of people have to go into workforces to end up paying for this college. You know why? Because all this taxpayers' money that is supposed to help all of us get a leg up in life, it goes to somebody else in Iran or some other country that is trying to kill us that could give two fucks about us and our problems. Yeah, they're struggling a lot worse than us. But at the same time, you got to stop and think. Every time you're sending money overseas instead of giving back to the community, some family has to look at their kids and say, "Sorry, son," or "Sorry, little girl. Sorry, we can't eat tonight. Dad got laid off his job because it's polluting the environment and it's the only stable job that you can find within an hour drive." And trust me, there are some people that get up and drive 5 hours away. And I understand there's like, oh well, we have people in our country that walk, long distance just to get to a job to make pennies. Well, that's their own problem. It's their own fucking fault. If you
Mhm.
want to think about it like this, if we're sending so much money to these other countries to rebuild what they're destroying, their own selves, how about we look in the mirror and just say that that's going to be us in like a few centuries? Because
Mhm.
the dollar is going down. Like the currency now is going down rapidly. It's sad because like they want to say raise the minimum wage. That is good and all, but you have to look at the cost of living. Okay, say for example,
It
$7 an hour. Say I'm working at Mr. Smoothie makes smoothies of the smoothiest place on earth. Like just make up a place, and I'm in dipshit fucktown of Assylvania or some shit. Like, okay, we're smack dab in the middle of like a barren county, okay, and I'm making my $7.50 an hour.
Mhm.
If they raise that up to 15, the people that are struggling, they're still going to struggle. It, it
And
it it might be better, but at the same time, your insurance and everything is going to go up out the ass because now they have to accommodate for that money that is being allocated to you, and
well,
not only that, but food. and the cost of living. Like, okay, you've noticed how when they raised up the payment in certain states, how groceries became extremely fucking expensive. Like, it went from $100 to $200 to feed a family of 4, 5 ish that's doing nice to almost $1,000 for two buggy. Two buggies worth of groceries is like $1,000, and that's to feed a family in 1 month. Who the fuck makes that kind of money? I
Well,
understand
it's
there's people
because
out there that do.
if you tried to raise the minimum wage, all it's gonna do is it's gonna cause inflation. Like everyone, it's really not that hard if you want to do like you can not have a college degree and still make way more than minimum wage. It's not that hard, but like people that are demanding for minimum wage to be raised, it's just gonna raise everything else, like the cost of living, the cost of groceries, the cost like fast food, just everything in the market is just going to skyrocket in price. And it's just going to make everything worse for anyone else that's making more than minimum wage. It's just going to make inflation go up, possibly poverty go up. They think it's going to help, but in reality, it's really not.
Like, okay, for example, I make more money than most of my friends. I get paid handsomely well. But at the same time, ever since everything has been all flip floppy, resources have went up dramatically. Like, say for
Hmm.
example, I wanted to save up money and go buy a property, and because I'm 21. I'm injured right now. I'm staying at my mom's place because I can't move around as well. I have issues even walking around the house as it is. But at the same time, I want to get out. That's like my buddy. He only makes 400 a month, or not a month, but 400 every week, and he has to pay off his new car, side by side note, rent, bills, and utilities that he does on his own. It's harder for the young adult to get out and do certain things because of that, because you're stuck in that endless loop. When everything goes up in price, your pocketbook hurts, and it's gonna hurt.
Hmm.
$1,000 for me, $1,000 for me will go like crazy. Now, yeah, I know
Well,
Christmas time has been around, and they're gonna be like, "Well, you shouldn't have spent so much on your nieces for Christmas. Like, you should have saved that. You should have went to dollar store. Like, okay, guy, like, you, I'm having to like, okay, I spent $890 for Christmas, and I didn't go buy no expensive tablets or nothing. I went and bought my nieces clothes
yeah.
because their parents are struggling to keep them in school. I went and got them some nice kicks. Don't get me wrong, and like I spent some money on some nice stuff, but at the same time, I made sure that they were warm, they were well dressed, and it was something that they're liking that wasn't out astronomically expensive.
Right.
It's hard. Like, more if you look at, like, I'm pretty sure you've noticed, like, you've got those families that live near you, okay, and it's like the whole lot of the family tree is living in one house to make ends meet. Don't get me wrong, like, it's a big nice house and all. Picture in your head like it's a middle class family, but at the same time, you have to pull your resources together. Property taxes might drop, and then they'll raise the hell back up again, and you'll be just as bustedly broke as you was before.
Yep.
And it only benefits very few people. But yeah, I mean, that's my take on it. I mean, I don't see eye to eye like a coon, but uh, I mean, save the forest. Don't burn the trees, even though you piss on every single one of them.
So we're gonna go take a water break real quick. When we get back, we're gonna talk about some of our 2021 goals.
And watch this, Mr. Krabs.
Solar on the beat.
Welcome back. We are back from our little water break, restroom break, whatever you want to call it.
Back, you filthy critters! Back! I swear. How many of your relatives did you invite to this damn dumpster? I swear, I had to fight off 35 fat raccoons over some peanut butter cookies, and even grandma's cookies. Ugh.
Man, we gotta eat too, man.
Hey,
I'm
man,
kind of like the formal coon, you know.
I would like to live through 2021 of my New Year's expectations and resolve, not get eaten by
So
a bunch of fur raccoons.
Speaking of 2021, what are your goals for 2021, and what do you plan on what do you personally plan on trying to accomplish or doing this year?
Fitting 26 peanut butter cookies in my fat ass mouth and getting a raise at the ranger station. Nah. Well, I'd say for 2021, I would like to see, like, I guess for all you new viewers, it's a bit from me to you. I would like to see all your thoughts and whatnot about this little podcast and kind of give us tips and ideas or things you want to hear about. As far as
Like
me,
any topics you want us to talk about.
yeah. As far as me personally, I would like to fix my damn car that keeps breaking down. Jesus Christ. That and get my back fixed so I'm not hobbling around like some hobbit goblin thing. I make Gollum from the Lord of the Rings look like a damn actress. Like, ugh, just walking around. But other than that, I would like to see at least things start to pick up later in life and maybe start editing or something some more. Try to go and maybe take my courses as a nanny. Fuck all you out there who are wondering how a ranger becomes a nanny. Look, I am the nanny.
Fucking what's that Dwayne Johnson movie, The Babysitter? That movie
You
with
talking
The
about Vin
Rock in it?
Diesel? You talking about
Oh
Vin
yeah,
Diesel's
what the fuck am I
pacifier?
talking about? The Rock. Yeah, it's the fucking Vin Diesel pacifier.
What the? I don't even think Rock would. I
Rock
just
would
had like a.
definitely not do that.
I don't know because I thought of him like dressed up as like a maid or some shit, dealing with like 26
Mm.
screaming babies.
uh,
Fucking somebody knock on the door. Who are you? I'm the babysitter, and you don't want to mess with the Rock.
I can't
Babysitter.
believe I fucking said The Rock. Oh, it's been a long
How do
day,
you
you know.
how you take a slightly short, stocky, bald, like whitish looking guy for a bronze tanned, steroid injected mule?
Dude, I don't know, man. I'd kind of like to see The Rock do his own adaptation of the Pacifist, though, or the Pacifier. I don't.
The
It's been a while since I've
pacifist.
seen that.
The
The
guy's got a face
Pacifier.
like a. The guy's got a face like one of them Hawaii tiki torch things. Like he like fucking. There's. I don't know how I feel about that guy. I'm sorry.
But I'd say for my 2021, I think my biggest thing is to get the year over with some at least decent grades in school, because between school, working, and then trying to find the energy to make these videos, it's kind of stressful, but you kind of have to make with what you can.
How
But
about putting
like,
a turbo on this damn Honda VTEC dumpster thing we got here?
I'm not gonna mess with that Honda. It's gonna stay as it is until I move out, and it's gonna stay at my
Honda,
house
it's a
for my
fucking.
sister.
This is a dump. We're in a fucking dumpster. You went and robbed a whole ass motor out of a Honda just to put in your fucking dumpster.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, I got a thing in the mail. Apparently they're doing a recall on the airbags in my Honda, so I have to take it to a dealership to get that replaced.
Shit, you want to set that motherfucker off so you can get like an injury thing. Me and my homies the Coons will be suing you for broken legs and injured opinions.
Right. But for like I'd say for the future of the channel, I think because I graduate in 2022, because I'm a junior this year, and hoping I can get through it. Let's pray we can. Hoping 2021 will be a little bit better. But assuming I can graduate, when I move out, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do just yet. I still have to look into colleges, which I've been getting a lot of mail lately because I took my PSAT and I allowed for colleges to look at that. So I have a lot of options to choose from right now. Not entirely the same amount that I could be getting, but I'll have to wait to get the full amount. But I'm not entirely
Imagine if
sure what I'm going to do.
Imagine if
Um,
college recruitments, instead of them sending out like letters, they came to your door like recruiters for the Army or the Navy or Marines and tried to like draft your ass into this college. And it ain't even good. It ain't even like a big fancy college. It's like one of those county colleges or something like that. That like
yeah,
maybe
the
have
free
like a
community
decent.
colleges.
Yeah, It's like, I want you to join this. And they're like, but I want to go to Harvard or West.
Well, too bad.
And you're like, too bad. Get in the van. Or no, it's like one of those raggedy ass old school buses. Like, okay, the GMC buses that had to wear like that tarp flap over it because they kept on freezing up in the winter. It's like one of those clapped out suckers that like the slightest bump and you can hear every seat rattle.
It's got like the
Yeah.
fucking spring-loaded seats, so the fucking slightest bump sends you like a foot into the fucking air.
Oh, and don't even get me started about how when they brake check, like I had a blind bus driver. I had an old school bus driver, and his bus number was 666. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? Like, don't get me wrong, the dude was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that he smoked weed on the part time because he technically was a substitute bus driver. Like, it's an old GMC like bus from like the 50s. Like he had been driving this bus as a substitute so much that when he retired or quote unquote quit from the bus barn, they gave him that old ass bus, and he like imagine this. Imagine a bus pulling up with straight pipe exhaust coming out the fucking side. 8-ball flame decals on the side of this thing, and those weird ass boxes where the blinkers used to sit on the new ones. Those were actual fucking air intakes, and he had like a big scoop on the front of it. And if that wasn't the cherry on the top, his shifter, yeah, this bus had a fucking standard transmission. Do not ask me how. Maybe he botched it. Like, the interior wasn't even yellow. It wasn't even like that cream spoiled gravy yellow color. It was blue. It was so goddamn blue that when the paint peeled off, it had silver flakes in it. But he had a naked chick as a shifter. Like, I'm in middle school and I see him just grab a pair of tits, shift that sucker back and forth. The camera on them suckers didn't even work. He had like the old box style cameras, like oh, you new kids, y'all get those like weird little dome cameras. Nah, we had like the big camcorder 1985 Marty McFly Back to the Fucking Future cameras in a box. But I will say this: the perks of driving that bus, we were never late. Like, he purposely drove slow to get to school, but leaving school, he did every bit of 85. I watched him power drift a damn bus around a corner. You have to be one skilled motherfucker to drift a bus full of kids, and we're all just sitting here like it's some Mad Max thrill ride. Like, we just become a bunch of fucking little demons. We're just like, yeah! Like, what is it? Those gremlins, like the mutated gremlins and shit. But, like, that's how we all looked, fucking screaming like rabid damn gremlins. I was just sitting there like, yeah! I remember him yanking the park brake and throwing that sucker into like third and spinning it around right into my driveway. My driveway was gravel, may I have you know. So like, it didn't take much to slide that bus around. I just walked off there like, yeah, I just got a good ride. Oh wait, no, not to be sexual or nothing, but yeah, you know, it gave me glorious pants feelings. But my buddy Jamie, he wasn't so lucky. He was one of those like dweebs, like dorky assholes that sit in the back that thought he ruled the bus. Yeah, it turns out the back of the bus was the worst place to be because every time you hit a bump or swung it, you could just see like 4 or 5 kids get slung from one side to the other. And this is one of those buses.
Best.
This is like, okay, it was one of those that did not have the big long seats that acted as protection. It was one of those that you sit down and literally the backrest of it could barely come up half your way. And I'm a tiny kid. Like, I was really tiny. It took everything I had in my big ass backpack just to make sure I didn't get yeeted out into the fucking window. I watched the guy lose his glasses, another kid lose his PSP, and another kid get his nose busted after he clapped the top of the ceiling.
Not the PSP.
Oh yeah, I remember kids used to get in fights for those. Like, fuck your iPhone, fuck your new Galaxies. It was like PSP and the Nintendo DS back in my day, okay?
Dude, still, like, nowadays, the PSPs are still cherished. Like, those are ahead of their time.
They really were.
Like, those were, like, the modern-day Nintendo Switches.
Yeah, but they still had the same size disc as a GameCube.
Yeah. I mean, it was
I
worth
hated
it though. They had some pretty good games with the PSP.
What gets me is this: they had all that technology to cram a game on a tiny ass disc. Like they couldn't make it like some SD card or something. I know that's Nintendo's things, but like, come on, Sony. Like, the PS Vita was a letdown, but the PSP at least made something. Hell,
Yeah.
you could hook it up to Wi-Fi and watch YouTube and shit before YouTube was really a good thing. I'm
Yeah.
not shitting you. I sat there and watched a bunch of random ass corny videos from back in the day on YouTube with my friend, and honestly, it was entertainment to somebody who didn't have internet. I didn't even know what the fuck internet was until I got like way older.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was some sci-fi bullshit that they made up.
But anyway, we got a little off topic there. It is worth it though. It was a pretty good talk about Andrew's fucking wicked ass bus driver back in middle school. But talking about the future of the channel, I'm probably gonna cut back on uploads, which I've already kind of been doing the last year. But I'm probably gonna cut back on uploads until I can at least graduate and get out of the house and get like a PC set up. Because once I get that PC set up, I'm gonna start pumping out more and more videos, more and more videos because I'm gonna have a lot more to do and a lot more to edit with, just a lot more potential I could do.
Jesus
And what
Christ,
we're
so help me God if you get somebody else on this channel. I don't want to deal with another damn coon.
oh, I'm
Like, I swear to God, y'all multiply like rabies.
But what we'll probably end up doing over time is we're probably gonna invest in your channel. So I'll leave updates on my channel if I can for you guys to go check out Ink's channel. We're probably gonna start doing videos on there. I'm gonna teach him how to properly record everything, kind of edit a little bit, just all the basics to get him set up, and so we can start putting videos up on his channel. But I'm probably gonna cut back on the uploads on mine for now until I can at least get some sort of computer to be able to record with. But it's probably gonna be about a good year or two until we achieve that. So I wouldn't expect too many uploads coming from this channel within the next couple years, besides these podcasts, of course.
But now, as far as you guys go, or you viewers, if any of you, and don't be shy about this, we're all new here too. But if you want to try out your talents or, make an appearance on the show, feel free. We'll leave a link to the description down below for the Discord server, but you can hit us up anytime. Either show us new ideas for another podcast or just make an appearance. Hell, even animate if you feel like it. But we're always open for the idea. And honestly, we just want to make this not family friendly, but something to pass the time. I see you people out
Something
there
that you
doing
can, something that you could spend your free time enjoying watching.
I see you guy doing the dishes, and I see you guy reading the book and then posing as he's cleaning. I
I
know who
see
you
you,
are.
Akagi, not watching the whole video.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got
He's
some
probably gonna
spies.
tune in just to listen about the whole Akagi part of the video.
Who knows?
But I think that'll end off our podcast. Let us know what you guys think we should do for future topics, what we could do better, just any improvement or ideas that you guys have to offer.
I mean, it's up to them.
Uh,
I got sidetracked. I was watching one of your homies try to hump a moose. I'm still wondering how the damn raccoons get up there. Get out of my damn house, you filthy animal!
yeah, we're in case you guys aren't aware, we're sitting in a dumpster out back of Ink's house right now. So
Yeah, I got
that's where I
raided
happen
by
to
a
live.
damn log. I got raided in my log cabin. Okay, Ranger Inc. over here don't slack off for nobody, but damn, these raccoons don't shut the fuck up. So I had to go see what the hell's going on.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's gonna be new to us. It's gonna be new to you guys, but hopefully it's a little bit enjoyable for you guys to get a little bit of our takes on a couple things. But like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments about the podcast. Any ideas you want us to talk about, we'll gladly talk about it. You give us new topics, or if you want to join the server, make an appearance, just anything. But we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you didn't, that's okay. But if you did, be sure to like the video. If you really did like it, consider subscribing if you're not. I know there's not too many people out there that'll watch my videos that aren't subscribed, but the few that do, I really do appreciate it if you guys stick around and see how far the channel gets with you guys.
Oh shit, park manager's here. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off.